Hello and welcome to FPL Gupshup. मेरा नाम है Rakshit and I'm joined by two of the greatest FPL managers of all time, Rahul and Manan. क्या हाल है दोस्तों? Game week 11, third international break आने वाला है. Last week left. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm actually looking forward to the international break. Seeing how my FPL season is going. और thumbnail काफी apt रखा है इस बार मनन साहब ने, तो appreciate that subtle sense of humor.
You mean Dominic Solanke above your head is hanging above your head like a sword.
और वो तीर भी मार रहे हैं. वैसा season है.
पर Haaland is above your head, but तीर तो नहीं गिर रहा आपके ऊपर लग रहा है.
नहीं. It's more to do with कि thank you for the memories, but I'll see you later. So yeah, it's time. He has gone. So yeah, but I agree with Vatia Saab. Can't wait for international break to thoda sa get refreshed and then again attack the season. Really happy with my rank, at least I am. So yeah.
Yeah, I can't say I'm happy with your rank, but let's see what happened. This particular week, I got 55 points. So surprise, I played my wild card. और जब हमारी लास्ट पॉड हो रहा था, हम एक्चुअली डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि क्या मैं वाइल्ड कार्ड कर सकता हूँ. और उसी टाइम वाइल आई वाज रिकॉर्डिंग आई रियलाइज कि हाँ, आई थिंक आई कैन वाइल्ड कार्ड, बिकॉज गेम वीक 12 में मैं वैसे ही करने वाला था. बट आई थॉट कि हाँ, दिस इज लाइक अ गुड अपॉर्चुनिटी, because I was not very happy with my team, especially अगर आप कैप्टेंसी ऑप्शंस की बात करोगे. एंड प्राइमरीली आई थिंक द रीजन वाज कि आई वाज नॉट हैप्पी विद मैन सिटी. मेरे जो 3 मैन सिटी एसेट्स थे, आई थॉट कि दिस इज टू मच सिटी राइट नाउ, कंसिडरिंग द वे दे वर नॉट लुकिंग वेरी कन्विंसिंग. तो आई वाइल्ड कार्डेड. दिस इज द टीम आई वेंट फॉर. फ्रंट लाइन से आई वाज वेरी हैप्पी, but they did not perform this particular match. But I think next 3 weeks, I expect that maybe these guys can do well. I think Brentford were pretty shocking against Fulham. Pretty horrible. I think Fulham deserved to win.
Yeah.
Chelsea United के बारे में, the less said the better. What a horrible match. Jackson got booked once again for arguing. Cunha gave me an assist and a bonus. Mbuemo, no problem. 3-pointer. Palmer again 3-pointer. Got a bonus point, which is very interesting. उसके बाद मेरे 2 मिडफील्डर्स जो मेरे पास दोनों नहीं थे, सो एटलीस्ट वो मेरी टीम में आ गए. मो साला हुआ है कैप्टन एंड ब्रूनो फर्नांडिस जो पेनल्टी स्कोर करी. Happy with my decision to retain Guardiola, who has been definitely my favorite player this season by far, in my team at least. जैसे मनन का क्रिस वुड है, मेरे लिए Guardiola है. Every match he's scoring. City look shit, they draw, they lose, they win, Guardiola scores. That's the reality.
Yeah.
Morgan Rogers also happy to have him in my team, because I was thinking कि हाँ, कुछ और combination में ला सकता हूँ. But again he scored, unfortunately on my bench, but I was not sure कि किसके आगे खिलाता है इस particular week. उसके अलावा I had Ait Nouri looked good. Trent once again did not look that good, conceded a goal. Went for Henderson. I just wanted a cheap keeper. Sales और Henderson के बीच में था. Again over the next 4, 5, 6 weeks I will get an idea. Burgess, Gusto I took a punt on because of the positions he was taking. Half time पे sub हो गए थे, which is not very encouraging, but let's see. Fabianski with a 2-pointer. So this was my team. Let me go to Mr. Chipper's team. So Chipper, क्या थे आपके moves and are you happy with your week?
Yeah, really happy. I think so. Almost like 30 minutes prior to the deadline, मेरे को थोड़ा सा लग रहा था कि नहीं यार. Again we saw कि सिटी की बहुत सारी injuries की news आ गई थी. And I was like, I have Haaland, I have Foden, Rico Lewis कुछ करता नहीं है. Just same as you, I just felt कि again कि मुझे नहीं चाहिए 3 City. And again I could not do anything about Foden, but I did something. I transferred out Haaland for Raul Jimenez and upgraded McNeil जो खुद एक doubt थे to Mo Salah and captain Mo Salah, and the move instantly paid off. I think again वो केवल captaincy के purpose से ही I thought कि the hit is worth. So really happy about it. What I'm not happy about is Flecken. So let me tell you a story, guys. Okay, 92 minutes stuck. He had made 10 saves. He was keeping a clean sheet. He was on a good 12-pointer. He lost a clean sheet at 92nd minute. He was still on 8 points. He was still getting the 3 bonus. And then last minute he conceded another goal. So I'm still happy with 4 points. It's still better than what Raya has been getting from last 5 weeks, and he costs more. But yeah, uske alawa, the usual guys, Chris Wood. Oh my god, I can't stop getting Wood, man.
Hate that guy.
Again, yeah, he has been one shot, one goal. He has been like a sharpshooter. So I think the best transfer I ever done is Chris Wood in the ever. And उसके अलावा मॉर्गन रॉजर्स विद 9 points अगेन एज यू सेड रक्षित की वेरी हैंडी टू हैव मैन अगेन आई हैड डाउट्स कि इसको मैं अभी नेक्स्ट मैच में लिवरपूल में स्टार्ट करूं या नहीं करूं बट देयर इज नो वे आई एम बेंचिंग हिम the only person I'm not happy with is obviously Foden who created a big chance was uske alawa again he had absolutely nothing. He could have had a return but the reality is he did it. So let's see some interesting moves I'm looking at though. Yeah, quite
Do
happy
you
with my
regret
league.
benching Murillo because you were
I
like
do.
Gabriel Murillo?
Yeah, I was very confused and at the end I just went with the team like the better teams जिनके players हैं but again Nottingham Forest has impressed me. There's no way I'm benching Forest defender now. Yeah.
या यार मतलब ऑब्वियसली आप गेब्रियल जैसे डिफेंडर को बेंच नहीं कर सकते अगर आप
Yeah.
इन्फॉर्मेशन है कि वो स्टार्ट करेगा बिकॉज यू
Yeah.
नो कि वो क्या कर सकता है आई थिंक लास्ट टू लास्ट सीजन मे बी आई थिंक 1-0 जीती थी आर्सेनल विद गेब्रियल स्कोरिंग द विनर मेरे ख्याल
Gabriel
से जहाँ तक
scoring the
मुझे याद
winner.
है
Yes,
दैट
yes.
कुड हैव बीन अ 15 पॉइंटर
Yeah.
so yeah I think Rico Lewis is a bigger problem because he does
Yeah, I
nothing.
agree.
City
He
concede every
absolutely
match and he does nothing.
he offers nothing. Yeah.
So probably Murillo over Lewis going forward is something you can
Yeah, that
consider.
is my plan basically for the next week.
Okay, Bhatia Saab, take us through your game week of woe once again. This has not been a good international break के बाद वाला period for you, for sure.
I think the whole season has been really bad. My transfers have been poor, but I think variance has also hit me quite extreme. I mean, I replaced Solanki, जो last 3 मैच में 2 शॉट लिया था. Midweek में 90 minutes खेला था. Probably defensive midfield, he was said to be exhausted. And for a striker who's not taking shots, he was not even in the box for chances. And for him to return with 16 points, I mean, क्या बोल सकता हूँ. So that was something. I don't think the transfer out was that bad. No one would have expected 16 points from Solanki. Max one goal.
No chance.
No chance. And
I
Not
mean,
against
max
Villa,
one
man.
goal return. And I could have downgraded Robertson to a 8 Nori or something, but I thought I'll just go back to Trent and keep him for the mid to long term. Especially काफी लोग Trent को निकाल के they're going 3 premiums in attack. I think over the mid term Trent अच्छा value हो सकता है. Actually defense में आप देखोगे तो no one is particularly keeping clean sheets. Guardiola bangers मार रहे every other week, but no one else is giving points. So I think defense में what you have is what you hold. Or I actually like my defense. 3 decent teams है, Arsenal, Liverpool, and even Forest. Sels has been a good transfer. I think one of the few good transfers I've done. Sels has been fine. Lewis, time to go. I think has been a problem. और अभी Walker खेलने लगा है वापस. So I think ऐसा होगा कि Lewis might get rotated more often. Palmer is fine. Mbeumo is fine. तो सोलांके का जो गम था वो थोड़ा कम हुआ क्योंकि अगर मैं सोलांके को रखता था तो सेमेन्यो वुड हैव बीन ऑन माय बेंच एंड आई वुड हैव रिप्लेस्ड एजे. तो मैं एजे को रिप्लेस करता तो सेमेन्यो को 10 पॉइंट नहीं आते थे. तो सेमेन्यो के 10 पॉइंट आ गए तो इतना हर्ट नहीं हुआ.
He was really good.
He's good and he's good going forward also. I think their fixtures are good and on his days he looks very sharp. So I'm fine with Semenyo. Rogers is perfectly fine. Haaland very disappointing. I think last 5 weeks I've captained him, got 1 goal out of Southampton. ये हफ्ते also he hit the post probably last minute. Very unlucky, almost 1 XG again.
He should have
But
scored
after a
brace.
point, आप पूछोगे कितना unlucky यार. I mean there is a limit to it and you have to maybe pull the plug. I thought of doing the hit last week, the same moves as Manan, but I thought let me address my problems, but that has given me bigger problems. So it didn't go the way I expected. Or Watkins is okay. I thought he had a chance. बाकी कुछ खास नहीं था. And Jimenez was slightly disappointing. Got subbed around the 17-minute mark. But I think for 5.7 striker he's okay. But still the team has a lot of issues. No Salah. Need to look at a way out of Haaland, but we'll see how it goes.
But what do you think has been the biggest problem for you this season? मतलब क्या ऐसी चीज है जो आप टैकल नहीं कर पा रहे हो या फिर हम as FPL managers नहीं कर पा रहे हैं? Because अगर आप देखो कि this is not a season जहाँ पे आप patient रह सकते हो, but अगर आप अपने aggressive moves करते हो, they can also backfire. So it's a very tricky season, right?
Yeah, simple है. Last 5 weeks I've got 8 and 6, 14 points from my captain in all. So double that, 28 points. Straight away, that is my downfall. I don't even care about the other picks. अगर आपका captain एक assist भी दे रहा है हर हफ्ते ना, that is still good enough. I mean, I took a hit. I didn't have Salah. I had a captain fail and I still have a red arrow of hardly 1%. So imagine if I just get the captain right, because बाकी team someone or the other pulls through. ये हफ्ते सेल्स था, सेमेन्यो था, बाकी हफ्ते कोई ना कोई एम्बो कर लेता है या कभी वॉटकिंस मार देता है. I think other picks are fine, just that you need a solid captaincy choice. And luckily Salah has been taking his one chance and he's scoring. अगर आप XG देखोगे तो that doesn't make sense. But
Yeah.
abhi the variance has been so extreme last 4-5 weeks that it has gone this way. But all I can say is, like, अगर आपके 2-3 अच्छे हफ्ते back to back आते, you can fly, you can fall. So
Yeah.
yeah, you have to be patient. It's tough. I don't know what moves to do. Maybe I had the good players, but at the wrong times. I sold Trent at the wrong time. Abhi bol sakta hai, I sold Solanke at the wrong time. But you can't predict that. So you have to go with the gut instinct, and hopefully it works more often than not.
Yeah, I think this is a season where you need to have the appropriate mixture of luck, uh, database moves and gut, right? तीनों की आपको जरूरत है.
No, I agree, but
So yeah.
Rakshit, do you remember, matlab, you were 2.7 million 4 odd weeks back, and you got one captaincy right? The week जब मैंने और पाटिया साहब ने हालैंड किया था, and I think you captained someone
Against
else.
Salah.
Yeah,
It
you
was against
captained
Salah.
Salah. The next week, I captained Saka against Haaland, and that paid off and gave me the big 1.7 to something of 1 million of gain. I completely
Yeah.
agree with Bhatia sahab ki baki team agar, let's say, if they are chipping in with, let's say, 30 35 points, 30, and again, which means your two players have to click out of 9 10, right? And if you get a basic captaincy, even an assist or a goal, then it basically ensures you that you are at least on a gray arrow or a just in a green arrow. So again, I agree with you. Captaincy is something जिस पे सोचना बहुत जरूरी है.
But I think इस season जैसे last season ना, we were getting punished if you went differential captain. I remember कितनी बार people went against Haaland, for example, and got punished really bad. So people kept on perma captaining Haaland, and it kept working out for everyone. And it was like, अगर आपको याद होगा, first half of the season, 17-18 weeks, you were like कि हाँ भाई, game is
हाँ,
so boring because Haaland is like delivering every
yeah.
week. इस season ये नहीं है, बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. There is absolutely no reason कि आप 5-6 players में से किसी को नहीं captain कर सकते. You can captain Saka, you can captain Palmer, you can captain Watkins, you can captain Haaland, Salah, Bruno, right? All
So
these
many
options are
options.
there. I don't think कि इतना ज़्यादा पनिश हो गए. अगर इस सीजन आपने थोड़ा रिस्क लिया, आपका कैप्टनसी फेल हो गया, तो आई थिंक ब्रेवरी विद कैप्टनसी इज समथिंग जो इस पर्टिकुलर सीजन हम ले सकते हैं, नॉट जस्ट विद हालैंड एंड साला बट विद अदर ऑप्शंस एज वेल इन आवर टीम, अगर हमें लगता है कि इट्स अ गुड फिक्सचर. सो फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर टेन हाग सैक नहीं होता तो प्रॉबेबली मैं साला लाता ही नहीं एंड पाल्मर कैप्टन करता. दैट वाज माय इनिशियल प्लान. Just because Ten Hag got sacked, I was forced to get like Salah at my team. That's how it
I
worked.
agree same. I agree same. मैं नहीं लाता साला. Being
Yeah.
very honest.
And I think
So,
Palmer would have done well, probably. He would have done better. ओके, बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस हैं स्पेशली फॉरवर्ड लाइन में. देर इज एब्सोल्युटली नो राइट आंसर. इट एब्सोल्युटली बॉगल्स माई हेड कि हम कितने सारे फॉरवर्ड्स ला सकते हैं. अगर आप राइट हैंड साइड पे देखेंगे, यू हैव सम बजट फॉरवर्ड्स जो 5.5 6.5 के बीच में है. अगर आप लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे देखेंगे, यू हैव सम प्रीमियम फॉरवर्ड्स, मिड टू प्रीमियम फॉरवर्ड 7.5 और 9 के बीच में. और बेस्ट पार्ट ये है कि इस पूरी लिस्ट में हालैंड है, राइट, हु इज द बेस्ट फॉरवर्ड इन द गेम, राइट, बट इट्स वेरी एक्सपेंसिव. सो हालैंड आपको नहीं लेना है या लेना है, दैट्स टोटली योर कॉल. ईदर वेज इट्स फाइन. बट उसके अलावा आप क्या फॉरवर्ड्स लाना चाहते हैं अपनी टीम में, even if you don't have Haaland, it's a big headache. So I think, Manan, let's start with, I think, the more expensive ones. I would like to start with you. Watkins, Isak, Havertz, Jackson, Solanke. There is absolutely no reason why, अगर इनमें से आपके पास सारे कोई भी ऑप्शन हो, I can say it's a wrong move. But अगर if I had to ask you, what is your preference looking at, let's say, the next 3 or 4 weeks?
yeah, I agree. I think again, there is no right answer. First of all, it's based on कि आपको किसके fixtures अच्छे लग रहे हैं. Again, this season जो हमने अभी एक macro point of view की बात की, I think attacking fixtures को attack करना बहुत जरूरी है with the right players. And sort of मैं थोड़ा सा एक talisman theory वाली चीज के साथ में जा रहा हूँ इस सीजन ज्यादा, और कि जो उस टीम का मेन गोल स्कोरर है या जो मेन प्लेयर है, राइट, ऑन द पेनल्टीज, प्लेयर्स लाइक पाल्मर, प्लेयर्स लाइक साला, प्लेयर्स लाइक हालैंड, राइट, सॉर्ट ऑफ वो बहुत अच्छा है कि अगर आपके पास अच्छे फिक्सचर एंड एटलीस्ट यू कैन काउंट ऑन देम कि हाँ अगर लेट्स से लिवरपूल अच्छा करेगी तो देयर इज अ गुड चांस साला विल बी इन्वॉल्व. मैं सेम उसी थ्योरी के साथ थोड़ा मैं इस चीज को भी एड्रेस करूंगा. जैसे अब ईसा है राइट, ही हैज लुक्ड सो गुड इन द लास्ट 2 मैचेस. आई नो उनका गोल एक ही था, ही डिडंट डू एनीथिंग एल्स, बट इट वाज अ वेरी गुड गोल. एंड अगेन अगर आप गेम वीक 12 ऑनवर्ड्स अगर आप न्यूकासल के फिक्सचर्स देखेंगे, इट्स अमेजिंग. So if I had to just rank, and again Nicholas Jackson के भी बहुत अच्छे fixtures, so if I had to rank, I'd say Isak first, Nicholas Jackson second, Havertz third. Nicholas Jackson first इसलिए नहीं क्योंकि he's on 4 yellow cards. Again he'll certainly miss a match क्योंकि अभी तक game week 18 में जब वो reset होता है उसमें बहुत time है. And there's a very good chance he picks up a yellow card in the Arsenal game only. तो that is why मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि he is a headache for one game जब वो suspend होंगे. But I really like the looks of Isak, and मुझे ऐसा लगता है न्यूकासल खुद में थोड़ी सी एक अच्छी ट्रेजेक्टरी पे है, स्पेशली इन देयर होम गेम्स.
Bhatia साहब, if I had to ask you, who would be your, let's say, premium forward options के picks over the next 3-4 weeks?
I actually agree with Manan. Isak standout pick है. He's someone I'm looking at. Fixtures अच्छे हैं, काफी lowly owned है, talisman है, penalty लेता है. तो only problem, Newcastle have not scored too many goals this season. So per match they are literally averaging just about a goal. So that is the slight concern. I like Jackson, but 4 yellow cards is a concern. But आजकल सबके पास 8 attacker है, so you can always bench him for that game if he gets suspended. So it's not really a major issue, especially when we have players like Rogers, जो people bench करते हैं, you can just play. I still like Watkins. Only a concern, Liverpool away, Chelsea away in the next 3 is not ideal. But I still think he's a good player, a good pick. He's not performed as per last season's expectations. Can sell him, but I don't mind holding Watkins as well. But I think Isak and Jackson are definitely better options. Havertz, I'm not convinced because Chelsea away and Forest at home are not the easiest next two for Arsenal. Solanke यार मुझे समझ में नहीं आता. So like I said, I sold him. Point दे दिया, रखता हूँ. So if you can read Spurs, if you can read Solanke, go for him. But I don't really know how to predict him.
He's a great option for this game. Ipswich against at home.
ये अगर ये हफ्ते का स्कोर नहीं आता तो आप बोलते थे क्या? Let's say if
that is the thing ना, that is how quickly things change in FPL because again he took, जो आप कह रहे थे right, last 4-5 matches में he had 0 shots on target, and I agree with you. Again it was a I personally feel it was a right decision to sell him, and you were heavily मतलब जो आपने variance वाली बात करी, but again इतना quickly change होती है. He took 3 shots in the box.
Why do you think, Manan, this is the match कुछ Spurs के setup में दिखा with Son starting, या फिर do you think Maddison getting dropped and Sarr starting जिसकी वजह से Solanke chances मिले?
I think Manan is just talking कि Ipswich इतना अच्छा fixture है कि you have to
also the midfield thing जो रक्षित कह रहे हैं ना, Maddison का drop. हाँ, so again उससे ये हुआ है कि सोलंकी इतना ड्रॉप नहीं कर रहे हैं अब, क्योंकि आपके पास एक एडिशनल मैन इन मिडफील्ड हो जाते हैं. अगेन मैडिसन अप एंड डाउन करते हैं, तो सोलंकी काफी ड्रॉप हो रहे थे. समटाइम्स मैडिसन आगे लेफ्ट विंग से जा रहे थे, सॉन रन बना रहे हैं, ब्रेंडन जॉनसन. बट अब क्या हो रहा है, सार वो मिडफील्ड में ही रह रहे हैं, एंड दैट इज व्हाई सोलंकी ड्रॉप नहीं कर रहे. द क्रेजी स्टैट इज सोलंकी के 3 पास थे इन द लास्ट मैच, व्हिच शोज कि दैट इज व्हाट यू वांट फ्रॉम योर स्ट्राइकर, कि वो अंदर ड्रॉप इन करके पासेस नहीं कर रहे हैं, एक्चुअली अप टॉप खेल रहा है. एंड अगेन ही हैड 3 शॉट्स इन द बॉक्स. उन्होंने 2 गोल स्कोर किए. अगेन असिस्ट मैडिसन, वो फाउल के लिए उनको असिस्ट मिला जो मैडिसन ने फ्री किक स्कोर करी थी. बट अगेन आई स्टिल फील अगेंस्ट इप्सविच बहुत एक अच्छा, क्योंकि इप्सविच भी ऐसी टीम है जो आती है, दे टेक यू ऑन. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि पर्सनली ये मैच भी सोलंकी को बहुत सूट करेगा. एंड अगेन इप्सविच आर अ हॉरिबल टीम, दे कंसीडर्ड 4 बिग चांसेस अगेंस्ट लेस्टर. तो मुझे पर्सनली ऐसा लगता है दिस इज एब्सोल्युटली अ हैट्रिक फिक्सचर फॉर सोलंकी, नॉट गोना बी ऑनेस्ट.
हाँ, बट यही है, I just have an issue problem. देखो Spurs are brilliant at home. कोई गारंटी इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ because you said ना कि there is a chance Maddison comes back into the team because it's Ipswich. So इतना protection की शायद जरूरत नहीं हो. He might not need Bentancur and Sarr. In fact, there is a chance कि Bentancur ना खेले, let's say, और Bissouma टीम में आ जाए और Sarr की जगह Maddison आ जाए, right? Also Spurs play Galatasaray away, which is going to be very, very, very tough fixture. They will travel Thursday night को, and Solanke is expected to play in that match as well. तो इसमें भी खेलेगा. Richarlison got injured. बट देर इज नो गारंटी कि इस मैच में लेट से मैडिसन नहीं खेले. देर इज अ चांस कि खेल सकता है बिकॉज इप्सविच है, क्योंकि विला के अगेंस्ट और इप्सविच के अगेंस्ट एंज में सेटअप डिफरेंटली.
Yeah.
But I don't think इतना फर्क पड़ेगा because I think every Spurs player will get chance. As you mentioned, Ipswich are bad. Problem with Spurs is कि it's very difficult to read कि कौन सा player किस मैच में अच्छा करने वाला है. This might be a Brennan Johnson match once again. This might be a Kulusevski match. This Son can score a hat-trick in this match. Solanke कर सकता है, Son भी कर सकता है. So it's very difficult to say कि इस मैच में कौन player है. But I think Solanke being the main centre forward will get a lot of chances. And I think it's a fantastic option for this match. In fact, हम कैप्टेंसी की बात कर रहे थे. आई थिंक इज अ फैंटास्टिक कैप्टन ऑप्शन. मतलब आई थिंक इज अ बेटर
Yeah.
प्रोबेबली कैप्टन ऑप्शन देन साला और हालैंड दिस
Yeah,
वीक, राइट? अगर
I
आप
agree.
स्टीलिंग
I
की बात
agree.
करो.
I
So
agree.
if you don't have
High
him,
stealing, but
probably not
risky
the right
also.
week to get him.
Sorry.
Risky also. He can do nothing.
Risky also.
Hmm.
Yeah,
He can
yeah.
do absolutely nothing.
He can score
There
a
is a
hat trick.
chance
He can
कि
get a 2-pointer because Spurs are
इस
very
week
unpredictable.
इस वीक स्पर्स आर अनप्रेडिक्टेबल. ऑल्सो स्पर्स में कौन अच्छा कर रहा है इज ऑल्सो अनप्रेडिक्टेबल, राइट? सो आई
Goals
फील
are
कि
shared around. Yeah.
या इस
But I still
पर्टिकुलर
like them
वीक
at
में
home.
एनीथिंग कैन हैपन.
Hmm.
They're brilliant at home. At home,
Yeah.
they're
And
very good.
one more thing, Ipswich have always conceded to the opposition striker, so it makes even more sense
Yeah.
for Solanke.
Yeah.
I think it's the right time कि Ipswich को आप. I wish I had some Spurs player, but उसके बाद Man City
Same.
है.
But then again, वही
So
वाली
yeah,
चीज है. It's about fixture play. Again, अगर आप कोई forward ला रहा है, I would never recommend them कि आप सोलंकी लेके आए. Again, a lot of people will be tempted after that 16 pointer and thinking कि अब Ipswich at home है, but आपको आगे के fixtures भी रहना. FPL is a season long game. So again, that is
yeah.
what our opinion is on Solanke.
Who do they play after City? Spurs.
Fulham
Spurs
home.
have City, then they have Fulham at home, they have Bournemouth away, they have Chelsea at home, then they have Liverpool at
Fulham
home.
at home.
Yeah.
So it's अगर आप देखोगे मतलब it's not that bad अगर आप next 3 देखोगे because Brentford है उसके बाद.
Bournemouth
No,
away.
no, no.
Bournemouth है. Okay, that's tough. Okay, it's okay. मतलब City defensively आपको पता ही क्या हो रहा है. But again, I don't see that as a Solanke fixture. That more of a Brennan and Son fixture.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think short term gains इतने खतरनाक मिल सकते हैं in this particular match की मतलब I don't mind it. But I agree with you both कि मेरे लिए top 2 Isak और Jackson है. But I also agree with भाटिया साहब कि मेरे को अभी भी थोड़ा गोल स्कोरिंग कंसर्न लगता है Isak न्यूकासल के लिए ओवरऑल. I think they will get 1 to 2 goals in even the good matches. मतलब ऐसा लगा ही नहीं है उनको देख के सीजन की they will like score like 3s and 4s. मे बी थोड़ा और क्लिक करे का बेटर अटैक. बट द गुड थिंग इज कि ईसैक विल गेट मोस्ट ऑफ इट. तो अगर 2 गोल स्कोर करते हैं देयर इज अ गुड चांस कि ईसैक इन्वॉल्व हो. आई स्टिल लाइक जैक्सन द मोस्ट पर्सनली because I feel he has the third highest XG I think after Haaland and Salah. He will get a lot of chances. अभी भी I think Conference League में वो नहीं खेलेगा. He is the main centre forward. People will be put off because yellow card पे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एक fixture मिस हो जाएगा. And I think if Palmer does well, Jackson automatically does well. So if you are backing Palmer to do well over the next fixtures, Jackson मेरे हिसाब से automatically will do well. I still feel Jackson मेरे को number 1 लगता है. फिर I'll go with Isak. फिर आई थिंक हावर्ड्स वॉटकिंस इज वेरी क्लोज. वॉटकिंस इज अगेन मतलब हम अब आई थिंक इट्स द राइट टाइम कि हम राइट वाली कॉलम में आते हैं बिकॉज देन यू हैव टू आस्क कि इज वॉटकिंस इज हावर्ड आर दे बेटर देन समवन लाइक वुड और कुनिया, राइट? दीज आर द क्वेश्चंस यू हैव टू आस्क बिकॉज वुड इज सो कंसिस्टेंट. कुनिया इज समवन जैसे मनन ने बात करी टैलिस्मैन अपनी टीम का, even an assist and then he gets bonus, right? A brilliant player to watch. Chris Wood is scoring for fun in every match. Is a joke. Visa, matlab Brentford home matches mein I'll trust them. They were shocking against Fulham, but I think home matches mein I'll still give them a couple of weeks. मुझे लगता है कि Brentford are naturally a very attacking team, so मेरे को लगता है Visa will get the chances. राहुल हिमेनेस थोड़ा सा disappointing लगा मुझे कल. Again, Fulham were very very good, but इनको इतने chances नहीं मिल रहे थे. And again, अगर Cunha if he does well, then I think Stan Larson will also do well. So, Bhatis, I'll come to you first. Looking at the next 3 or 4 fixtures, and that is the key because अगर आप ट्रांसफर कर रहे हो अभी प्लेयर इनमें से कोई, you look at the next 4 minimum, right? 3-4 minimum. How would you rank all these players on the right side?
अगर शॉर्ट टर्म है नेक्स्ट 3-4 आई वुड पिक वीसा एज फर्स्ट बिकॉज ब्रेंटफोर्ड का इमीडिएट रन मुझे अच्छा लगता है. कुनिया सेकंड एंड उसके बाद ज्यादा नहीं है बिकॉज
Oh, come on. Wood's just right there.
यार past points are not indicative of future points. मतलब
Okay.
अगर आप
Yes.
सिर्फ points chasing करोगे तो मतलब
नहीं, that is right, yeah.
मतलब I try to look at it different way. It's not worked this season, so obviously I'm wrong. But I still think past points are not indicative of future points. Wood
भाटिया
यार
साहब
एक
होना
बात
ये है कि हम दोनों 2 मिलियन फिनिश करेंगे और मनन हर वीक वुड को कैप्टन करके टॉप 10 में आ जाएगा। होना ये है।
वही होना
आपके
है।
मुंह में घी शक्कर।
गोल्डन वुड आना है क्रिस वुड का।
नहीं उसमें एक चीज गलत है, आप 2 मिलियन फिनिश नहीं करोगे, मैं करूंगा, और वो आई थिंक 2 मिलियन इस साल मेरे लिए अचीवमेंट रहेगी इफ आई कैन
मैं
ब्रेक
अगर
दैट।
मैं 2 मिलियन नहीं, चलो 1.5 मिलियन कर लूंगा ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ गॉर्डियोल। ही विल कीप स्कोरिंग बैंगर्स।
500 के तो आ ही जाओगे। नहीं यार, वुड का ना प्रॉब्लम ये है कि फॉरेस्ट डोंट क्रिएट मच, जो एक चांस है ही स्कोरिंग, सो ही इज वे ओवर परफॉर्मिंग, ही इज अ डिसेंट स्ट्राइकर, नथिंग अगेंस्ट हिम, बट फिक्सचर्स आर गेटिंग टफ आई थिंक। एक ये हफ्ते है जो डिसेंट फिक्सचर बचा है, दैट इज आल्सो न्यूकासल हु आर अनप्रेडिक्टेबल, सम डेज दे आर वेरी सॉलिड डिफेंसिवली, सम डेज दे आर ओपन। इसके बाद आर्सेनल अवे है एंड आई थिंक द ट्रिकी रन स्टार्ट, सो दैट इज माय कंसर्न विद क्रिस वुड। If you have him, definitely hold him, but I don't think you're going to buy him with the
I
fixtures
agree.
coming. So इसीलिए I didn't mention Wood, but Cunha long term ले सकते हो। Cunha का मेरा कंसर्न है यार, agree he's a talisman, but थोड़ा left midfield, left wing position पे खेलता है, he doesn't really get into the box. I prefer Strand Larsen अगर आपको सिर्फ goal threat चाहिए तो, but Cunha है talisman, great for bonus like you said, so even an assist is good enough for him, so I think he's fine. Visa I think stand out है मेरे लिए because Brentford home पे काफी गोल मारती है, even in the coming game week I'll be surprised अगर Brentford 2 गोल नहीं मारे तो, and you expect Visa to be involved. So
Let me
I would
flip the narrative, Manan. Sorry, Fatih sahab. Let me flip the narrative. So, would Newcastle away from home are nothing special, right? They are
सर
at home.
आप नहीं करते फ्लिप पे, वैसे भी करने वाला था, बट या
उसके बाद उसके बाद फॉरेस्ट प्ले आर्सेनल, एंड आर्सेनल डेफिनेटली आर नॉट द आर्सेनल ऑफ लास्ट सीजन, एटलीस्ट करंटली अगर आप डिफेंसिवली बात करोगे। So I would back Forest to probably score in that match, and if they score, it's Chris Wood, and then he has Ipswich at home. So why should people not get Chris Wood?
being very honest, even when you were wild guarding and हम अलग से discuss कर रहे थे, and I told you, like, again, if you want 2-3 weeks again, he's right there. Let me give you a couple of stats. So since Nuno has arrived, Haaland and Chris Wood have the same number of goals. Okay, and that is absolutely crazy. Something like 19 goals in 20-21 appearances. That is absolutely insane. And again, हम बात करते हैं, obviously he's an average striker. हम सब बात करते हैं again. इसने अपने करियर में कभी भी एक इनका इतना अच्छा सीजन रहा नहीं क्रिस वुड का. That is how much he is doing well अभी. But again, if he is doing इतना consistently अब, it's been what, more than 7, 8, 9 months. Then again, there is something that जो नूनो के अंडर it's working for them. They're third in the league, I think, right? In the top 4.
Yeah.
तो मैं वही, बस मेरा पॉइंट वही है. अगेन आपने न्यूकासल की बात करी, न्यूकासल अवे फ्रॉम होम बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं करती है. आर्सेनल, दे आर नॉट लुकिंग गुड. वो सीजन के स्टार्ट से अच्छी नहीं लग रही है डिफेंसिवली. एंड अगेन जो आपने एक बोला था वाटिया साहब के 8 अटैकर्स है हमारी टीम में, यू कैन बेंच हिम अगेंस्ट आर्सेनल, मैन सिटी एंड कीप होल्डिंग हिम, क्योंकि अगेन उसके बाद भी आप देखेंगे देयर इज मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड हु फॉर गॉड से कैन नॉट सॉर्ट देयर डिफेंस. देयर इज एस्टन विला. अगेन मतलब मुझे पर्सनली ऐसा लगता है कि ही इज देयर, एंड I am very confident on Chris Wood and how he has been getting all the chances. Everything is going through him in the box. तो मुझे पर्सनली क्रिस वुड अच्छा लगता है, बट आई थिंक देयर आर बेटर ऑप्शंस. जो भाटिया साहब ने बात करी, तो if I personally have to rank for the next 3 game weeks, I'll go Visa first, Rahul Jimenez second, Chris Wood third, Cunha, Strand Larsen मेरे top 3 में इसलिए नहीं because I just don't know who is the right one to get. Both can do well, but again, I don't know if Cunha is worth the extra 1 million.
Yeah, I think what makes Cunha worth the extra 1 million is the penalties and free kicks and corners, right? Set piece duty. So automatically अगर आप प्राइस जस्टिफिकेशन की बात करोगे तो मुझे लगता है स्टैंड लार्सन से तो बेटर है, 1 मिलियन बेटर है. बट हाँ, देयर इज नॉट मच जस्टिफिकेशन फॉर Cunha ओवर वुड बिकॉज
Yeah,
I think both will do well. Cunha, as I mentioned पहले भी कि it's a good longer term hold. अगर आपको 6, 7, 8 वीक होल्ड करना है, he'll keep chipping away. बट गारंटी नहीं है कि हर मैच में गोल स्कोर करेगा. Wolves के fixtures are insane, absolutely insane. So I'm pretty confident Cunha will chip away. But so will Wood. Wood is insane. There is absolutely no reason why you can't go.
he has already scored against Chelsea, Brighton, Bournemouth. The only team big team he blanked again was Liverpool. So again, I personally feel
आप
you
दोनों
can
से
get it.
पूछना चाहूंगा अबाउट हिमेनेस. You both have him, so do you still fancy him to do well? Let me just rephrase the question. I think, how many more game weeks are you willing to give him?
At least 2 more.
At least 4. Again, the reason I went Jimenez over the likes of others is because again he has in the next 5 games he had 3 home games, which I like क्योंकि Fulham अपने home पे better है. Again Fulham just like Forest मुझे as a whole team अच्छी लग रही है. तो and I feel like एक वो team जब अच्छा कर रही होती है तो the players automatically do well. जो उनके again we cannot forget कि Raul Jimenez himself is on penalties. He's again जो भी goal
Is
score
he
होते हैं
though?
उनके
There
He
is no
is.
evidence he's on
I
penalties.
think so. Yeah, he is on
I
penalty.
think so too.
What makes you,
Yeah.
मतलब the last penalty he didn't take, so ये it's a
उससे
figment
पहले
of your
वाला he
imagination only.
इससे पहले वाला
No,
ही
no,
took
no.
and then Andres Pereira missed it. So I think it will
हाँ,
go back to him.
तो वही है ना कि it's just conjecture. There is no guarantee कि
A
वही
strong
लेगा.
And
conjecture if you
Also,
want.
also there is, मतलब there is no evidence ना कि he will take the next one. It's a 50-50 chance because Pereira took the last one. Also, क्रिसवुड और हिमेनेज में डिफरेंस ये है ऑब्वियसली कि देयर इज द मुनीज फैक्टर, राइट, which came into play.
Yeah,
Same
18
thing
goals.
happened with Wisso also. He also got sub. But
Yeah.
Muniz came on and I don't know why मुझे लग रहा था कि with the amount of crosses they were putting in, it was a good, मेरे ख्याल से सही होता अगर वो दोनों डाल देता.
I
क्योंकि
agree.
felt
मैं वही
कि
बोलने वाला
एक
था.
और बंदा चाहिए था. I don't know why he doesn't do it. So normally he
I
takes off
texted you.
one of them only.
I texted you last night कि what they're doing is they're just chipping in crosses for Raul Jimenez और वो बस एक header लगा. Then we know how good Raul Jimenez is at headers. And again, मैं बस personally बोलूँगा मैं इसलिए क्या Raul Jimenez again 3 home games he has looked good so far. अगर आप उनका XG जाके देखें, I think he is not far away in the top 5-6 forwards में. So I personally still like him at least for the next 3-4 games. Yeah.
Okay, if I had to rate, I would still probably go Cunha. I'll then go Wood, then go Vissa, Jimenez, and Stan Larson. In this order only, yeah.
Again,
Very
you
close
still
though,
buy
it's
Wood?
very, very difficult.
Would you still buy Wood for someone who doesn't have one? Would you still get Wood?
Matlab, if
Or-
someone got Wood, then who am I to say anything? I think it's time to move on to the next slide. Ye Manan, I think is the what is this? What the hell is this?
This is basically again जो हम प्रीमियम्स पे हमने इतना फोकस किया है, राइट? तो दीज आर ऑल द बेसिक थोड़े से एक्सपेंसिव प्रीमियम्स जो हर टीम से है, एंड अगेन देयर फिक्सचर्स. अगेन इसमें हम 2 चीजें कवर कर रहे हैं. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इज गेम वीक 11 की कैप्टेंसी. एंड आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क यू गाइस, बिकॉज मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगता कि हालैंड एंड साला आर द स्टैंड आउट्स. या अगेन किसी का हालैंड है तो यू शुड गो हालैंड, किसी का साला है तो यू शुड गो साला. आई थिंक द लाइक्स ऑफ सॉन, द लाइक्स ऑफ सोलंकी, and someone who I might bring in is Bruno Fernandes, who has Leicester at home, and I personally feel again कि they have been struggling a lot. And मुझे Bruno काफी अच्छे लगे उस मैच में. काफी तो नहीं बोलूंगा, he was okay.
Because he scored a penalty?
But that is the part of the game, right? That is the part of the game.
हाँ,
If they are getting penalties, if they are getting again, मुझे नहीं लगा कि वो बहुत आगे खेले थे. उसकी यूजुअली एवरेज पोजीशनिंग वगैरह मतलब ऑन द एज ऑफ द बॉक्स वो नहीं थे ज्यादा इन द लास्ट गेम. बट अगेन जो एवेन्यूज से ब्रूनो फर्नांडेज एफपीएल पॉइंट्स दे सकते हैं, वो बहुत सारे प्लेयर्स इस गेम में कैपेबल नहीं है, राइट? So I would just like to ask you guys ki what's your take on captaincy for game week 11? Rakshit, let me start with you.
यार I own Bruno, I also own Salah, but मैं पर्सनली ब्रूनो के साथ नहीं जाऊंगा बिकॉज मेरे को लगता है कि इतना इजी मैच नहीं होगा ये, बिकॉज यूनाइटेड प्लेड लेस्टर, बट वो लेस्टर की सेकंड टीम थी इन द कारबाओ कप, एंड आई फील कि बहुत नेगेटिवली और डिफेंसिवली सेटअप होगी लेस्टर, एंड आई एम नॉट श्योर यूनाइटेड हैव द टूल्स to break Leicester down and like score let's say 2 to 3 to 4 goals. They can, but I can see United scoring max 2 goals. Steve Cooper है Leicester के manager. He's anyways a very pragmatic manager. मुझे लगता है कि he will just go for a draw. And मेरे को डाउट है कि यूनाइटेड कितनी क्रिएटिव हो सकती है, राइट? आई स्टिल फील they'll do okay. I think United will win. I think a low scoring United win is my prediction. But मुझे लगता है कि जो असली थ्रेट आता है वो ट्रांजिशंस पे आता है यूनाइटेड का, विद Garnacho and Rashford, etc. I think this is a match जहाँ पे Højlund and Bruno might do okay, but I think okay match है personally. So मैं personally I'm not looking at Bruno for captaincy. Salah interests me more, to be honest. Uh, I think Liverpool, the way Villa defended, the individual defensive errors जो करे थे, I can't say कि इस week भी होगा. Unai Emery को हम बहुत highly rate करते हैं. I do feel कि इस match में Villa will defend better, but I still expect Liverpool कि वो 2 goal तो मारेगी. Like, and normally अगर Liverpool 2 मारती है, Salah involve होता है, right उसमें. And the same things with Salah also, right? Penalties, etc. is there. I just trust Salah more in this sort of a match. Haaland is more tricky. I think Sporting के साथ मैच है चैंपियंस लीग में सिटी का, so we'll see वहाँ पे कैसे लगती है. But if there is an indication कि De Bruyne might start, then this might turn into a better match for Haaland, and variance might reverse Salah and Haaland का. So I don't mind अगर आप Haaland कैप्टन भी कर रहे हो, although I'm not very convinced. But मेरे ख्याल से इस पूरे लिस्ट में तो स्टैंड आउट ऑप्शन इज Son by far.
Yeah.
If I had Son, I would just captain him.
No,
And
but go.
yeah, I would captain him अगर Son होता over all these players without even thinking. Palmer is also okay. मतलब Arsenal is not that good a fixture. Again, Arsenal, I expect Chelsea to score and expect Palmer to do well. But then you're looking at one return max from him in this sort of match.
But are you concerned? Are you concerned that he was obviously is coming off an hamstring injury, right? Son, and you saw last match. I don't know if you guys saw or not, but he was asked to sub off at 55 minutes. उनका number आ गया था on that board, and he was very shocked कि इतना
Let me just say
जल्दी
that
while they were drawing 1-1. So
I'll take
do you
55
think
minutes of Son in this match over any others.
Okay, that's
basically.
fair then. Because I am concerned that he won't last like more than 66 minutes, and that is rightly so because
Which is
again,
fine.
yeah, which because Man City भी उनका भी एक important Man City fixture है in game
I think
week
just
12.
to
That is
add
after
to
the
that,
break.
Yeah, after the international.
just to add to that, I think Ange ने बोला था post match कि planned था कि उससे ज़्यादा वो खेल नहीं सकता.
अच्छा. Yeah.
There is still a week of training. I mean, from the previous match to this match, so you expect him to get close to 75 minutes at least. और बीच में I think midweek match है उनका, तो उससे indication
Exactly.
मिलेगा if he is getting 10-20 minutes there as well.
Mm.
So that should build up his match sharpness. So I'll be shocked अगर Son को 50 minute मिलते हैं इस match में. I see closer to
Yeah.
70-80 minutes, and 70-80 minutes is more than enough for Son to do the damage.
What's your rankings? Rakshit, yours was Son and then maybe Salah Haaland? Or Solanki somewhere between?
Son, Salah, Haaland.
Yeah. But yes, you agree?
I agree, but I think I'm very close with Salah and Son. Just that Son का fixture अच्छा, Salah is way more reliable, way more consistent. Salah का ceiling maybe 1 goal लग रहा है, Son का hat-trick है ceiling ये हफ्ते, या दो goal है, to put it better. But Salah is just a little more reliable. So both are good picks for me, and I can't read Haaland and Man City at the moment. Maybe clear-cut chances नहीं है, maybe his finishing is not up to the mark. So like Rakshit said, wait and see Champions League में क्या होता है, अगर De Bruyne fit है, and suddenly अगर Man City में कुछ click होता है तो maybe go there, but still it's a very risky game for captaincy. For when you have Salah, when you have Son, I would say Salah first, or Son and Salah tied. Yeah, well, I can't really split them this week, but
So
both better options in Haaland.
My issue, I have a certain issue with Son thoda sa, is कि he has not looked like scoring. Okay, you remember the 2 goals, Rakshit? I think you and me both owned, and जिसमें दोनों were Pickford's mistakes in game week 2 जहाँ पे उन्होंने brace मारी थी. And उसके अलावा I don't think so he scored a goal. He has scored a goal, right?
He scored in his last
West
start
Ham.
जहाँ पे उसे injury हुई थी.
Yeah, game week. Again, मेरा
Again,
issue
that
यही
was like, I think keeper के नीचे से गया था वो. There was
Yes,
a sort of a
exactly.
keeping
Keeper
error.
mistake था, Pope का error था, I think.
So yeah,
Pope, yeah. हाँ.
नहीं Fabianski or something. So
Fabianski,
again, my issue is कि he has not looked like scoring at all. And again, जब हम Tottenham की बात कर रहे थे पहले भी, it's कि Solanke can score, Brennan can score, Maddison can score, Kulusevski can score, and then you won't be surprised if it's a 4-1 and Son is just getting an assist, right? तो मेरा issue Son के साथ यही है. That is why my ranking is basically Salah, Haaland, and then maybe Son. I would say as far as say I like Solanke more than Son because मुझे पता है what I'll get from him if I'll get from him, right? And मुझे ऐसा
I
also
agree
like
with you,
Solanke
but
more than Son. Yeah.
I agree with you, but this match के पहले Solanke also didn't look like scoring any.
I agree. I agree, but मुझे ऐसा लगता है if we are talking about ceiling, obviously Son is a great player, but I feel Solanke की ceiling is better than Son in terms of goal scoring and what you want in a fixture like Ipswich is a goal scorer, and that is where I like personally Solanki more than Son.
I
And
think
मेरा issue Son से.
I think you're right because centrally Ipswich ज़्यादा concede करती है तो
Yeah.
Solanki is definitely better option. But I would not be comfortable captaining a Solanki.
That is true.
Maybe you're a little safer captaining Son, but this season is weird. I
Yeah.
mean, everything works, so go with your gut.
Yeah, go with your gut. That is the conclusion.
मनन, एक लास्ट सवाल आपसे कि इफ यू हैड टू पिक वन बिटवीन हालैंड एंड पाल्मर फॉर कैप्टेंसी इस पर्टिकुलर वीक में, हु वुड यू गो फॉर?
Haaland again. Whatever we say about how Arsenal have not looked good and all, but Chelsea in bigger fixtures also have not looked good. Again, we have seen them at Anfield, then अभी last match में against United. मेरा issue ये भी है कि again मतलब मेरे को जो सबसे एक फैक्ट लगा था कि यूनाइटेड की केमिस्ट्री नहीं डेवलप हुई हुई थी. अगेन टू मेंटालिटी, यंग प्लेयर्स है काफी, तो मुझे पर्सनली आई ट्रस्ट हालैंड मोर अगेंस्ट ब्राइटन. एंड मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि द लाइक्स ऑफ डोकू एंड सावियो बीइंग बैक थोड़ा सा और सिटी शुड इम्प्रूव. एंड अगर डिब्रोयना स्टार्ट कर गए देन दैट्स तो आई थिंक द परफेक्ट एग्जैक्टली व्हाट यू वांट. एंड देन फिर तो मेरे लिए साला हालैंड एकदम सेम लेवल पे आ जाएंगे. तो आई पर्सनली फील हालैंड इज वेरी वेरी आगे देन Cole Palmer in terms of captaincy this week.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I would rate Palmer over Haaland this week personally because I think midweek European match है आर्सेनल का away at Inter. Arsenal anyways मुझे थोड़ी fatigue लग रही है. They are not in the right moment right now for sure.
Yeah,
and this match will again take a lot out of them. Palmer is going to chill and not play in the Conference League. And Chelsea have looked way better at home मेरे हिसाब से. All those matches जो tough matches हुए हैं वो away from home हुए हैं. पहला मैच was at home Man City वाला first match of the season where Chelsea also looked decent. तो मुझे लगता है क्योंकि home match है ब्रिज पे, I would say कि Palmer slightly, right? So that's my take, but it's ज़्यादा difference नहीं है. Okay, let's go to the predictions then and quickly चलते हैं. I think इस week में बहुत ज़्यादा divergence नहीं है हमारी predictions के बीच में. Brentford versus Bournemouth में we are all expecting a lot of goals. So good weeks for Semenyo, Mbeumo, Visa, all those guys. You both have gone for 2-2 draws. I've gone for 3-2, but primarily because मुझे लगता है Brentford अपने home पे are very good generally, and Bournemouth थोड़ी away from home इतनी अच्छी नहीं लगी है. And I have 2 Brentford attackers obviously.
Okay. Yeah.
Crystal Palace versus Fulham में Manan has backed 0-1 for Fulham, and me and Bhatia Saab have gone for 1-1 draws. Could happen. West Ham Everton में me and Bhatia Saab have gone for West Ham wins. Manan has gone for a draw. भाटिया साहब, वेस्ट हैम पे क्या रीड है आपका? मतलब आर दे गुड, आर दे बैड? लाइक मेरे हिसाब से तो अगेन दिस इज लाइक अ मस्ट विन मैच फॉर देम बिकॉज मुझे लगता है कि अगर ये नहीं जीते, बाय चांस हार गए, जो हो सकता है, देन आई थिंक देयर मैनेजर माइट बी टोस्ट.
Again, very very difficult to read someone like some team like West Ham. I think उनके कोई सेक्शन ऑफ फैंस है जो चाहते हैं कि वो ये मैच हार जाए ताकि उनके मैनेजर साक हो जाए. So it could be a toxic atmosphere in Everton come away with a win. बोल नहीं सकते, but player wise अगर quality आप देखोगे यार, मतलब Bowen, Paqueta, likes of Kudus, they're supposed to be too good for an Everton team. So मैंने इसीलिए home win bank किया है, especially because they need the win. बाकी conviction तो है ही नहीं इस fixture का, बिल्कुल conviction है.
Yeah. The more I think about it, the more I'm regretting my prediction. Kudus is suspended even for this match. Paqueta has been shit, absolute shit. I don't know why I've gone for a West Ham win. I think Everton might win this, and I think West Ham home पे एक जीती है, बाकी सारे हार गई है. वो भी Ipswich के साथ था. So
Yeah.
not sure. Wolves versus Southampton, all gone for a Wolves win. Brighton versus Man City में I have gone for a draw. Again, the same reasons. I think City probably will nick it because quality of the squad, but Brighton are good, yeah. So that's why you both have also gone for narrow wins. I think none of us are sure about this prediction anyways.
Yeah.
Liverpool versus Villa में we've all gone for Liverpool win. Forest versus Newcastle, again. Okay. Manan, are you confident about this?
I'm very
Clean
confident
sheet.
about it. Again, मैंने न्यूकासल को थोड़ा सा खुद ने they have been playing well, but हमें एक चीज देखनी है कि एक न्यूकासल एट होम एंड अवे फ्रॉम होम में बहुत डिफरेंस है, अभी भी बहुत डिफरेंस है. अगेन अगेंस्ट आर्सेनल साइड ऑब्वियसली दैट वाज देयर गेम प्लान. वन जो उनका वो एक इम्प्रेसिव गॉर्डन क्रॉस था नीचे, बट उसके अलावा अगेन Obviously they defended in the whole 90 minutes, तो ऐसे जज नहीं कर सकते कि they weren't good in attack. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि पर्सनली कि फॉरेस्ट डिफेंसिवली अगेन दे मतलब इवन अगेन बिफोर द वेस्ट हैम का रेड कार्ड रक्षित राइट, जो हम बात भी कर रहे थे कि दे क्रिएटेड एब्सोल्युटली नथिंग. So again they had one shot before the red card. And in the whole game, they had like 4 shots, जिसमें से 2 shots on target. It's 0 big chances, something of a 0.1 something XG they conceded. And Forest अपने home पे मुझे ऐसा लगता है again जो momentum की हम बात कर रहे हैं, everything मुझे personally ऐसा लगता है कि Forest might win this. I'm not sure about clean sheet. An ideal मेरा और ideal prediction होता 2-1, but I just feel Forest are creating chances. अब हम वैसा भी नहीं बोल सकते Forest are not creating chances. They've been averaging 2 to 3 big chances in every game since last 5 games. तो मुझे पर्सनली ऐसा लगता है कि बेटर मोमेंटम, बेटर फॉर्म एंड बेटर टीम इज करंटली फॉरेस्ट.
भाटिया साहब, मतलब द क्रक्स इज कि how much do we rate Forest and how much do we think they can keep this up? No one is saying they will finish third.
Yeah.
But I think Manan is someone जो बहुत highly rate कर रहा है Forest को, rightly so. But आपके हिसाब से actually क्या difference है इन दोनों teams में, Forest and Newcastle?
I rate Forest, definitely not expecting them to finish third, but I think I rate their defense more than their attack. I think they're very solid. Even if they go to a big team, you would expect them not to get thrashed. I rate them like that. Very solid defensively. Offensively, Chris Wood, purple patch hai. He's basically taking 1 shot scoring, 2 shots scoring. How long can that continue? I mean, finishing hota hai. He's finishing like 40%. एक 15%, 20% एक अच्छे स्ट्राइकर के लिए माना जाता है. 40% is ridiculous. So that's not sustainable. But sometimes it happens कि पूरा सीजन जाता है till it reverses to the mean. तो क्रिस वुड पर्पल पैच पे जब तक फिनिशिंग उसकी जैसे मनन ने कहा शार्प शूटर बन गया all of a sudden. So if he's still the sharp shooter, Forest will keep doing well क्योंकि goals इतने नहीं आते हैं. Gibbs White has not been playing. बाकी Wood has been hogging the goals. 1 or 2 goals, it's just been Chris Wood, and those are Forest only goals. But I still think they're very solid defensively. Murillo, Milinkovic, even Sels has performed very well. And Nuno ki team hum jante hain na, they set up not to concede. So he's done that very well. And Newcastle, again, another team very hard to read. Very good against Arsenal, but away from home, not very consistent, but talent hai. I mean, Gordon has looked okay. Isak has looked very sharp. So I've gone for a draw, just that because I couldn't separate the teams. I would not be surprised with either team winning this.
One thing we forgot about it. This is Chris Wood versus former club.
No.
Right. And Rakshit, I know you believe in this. So
No, I believe he will score, but I'll tell you why I have gone for a Newcastle win.
Yeah.
And it's because of expectations, right? Now, again हम बात करते हैं कि मतलब okay, let me just flip it this way कि अगर Forest were not having this good of a season, इतना सही, I think if they were like let's say 6th or 7th, they were doing like very good, but not this good. तो अब probably मैं एक draw back करता. बट क्योंकि अब एक एक्सपेक्टेशन है फॉरेस्ट एंड दिस नॉट लाइक कि दे आर फेसिंग लिवरपूल, मैन सिटी और आर्सेनल राइट एट होम. आई थिंक फॉरेस्ट विल गो इनटू दिस मैच बिलीविंग कि दे विल गो फॉर द विन बेसिकली, एंड आई थिंक दे विल बी लाइक कि हाँ दिस इज अ मैच वी कैन विन. एंड आई थिंक इन दिस सॉर्ट ऑफ अ सिनेरियो न्यूकासल एक बहुत डेंजरस टीम पोटेंशियली हो सकती है, राइट? अगेन दिस इज अ मैच जो भाटिया साहब ने बोला ईदर वेज जा सकता है. आई थिंक न्यूकासल, मुझे चेल्सी अवे भी डिसेंट लगी थी. मुझे ऑब्वियसली दे बीट चेल्सी काराबाओ कप में, देन दे बीट आर्सेनल एट होम, एंड ऑब्वियसली आई एग्री कि होम उनका बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर है, बट डेफिनेटली दे विल आल्सो कैरी कॉन्फिडेंस फ्रॉम दोज 2 मैचेस इनटू दे जस्ट बीट चेल्सी एट आर्सेनल, राइट? चाहे होम हो चाहे नहीं हो. एंड मुझे लगता है कि इन दिस सॉर्ट ऑफ अ सिनेरियो फॉरेस्ट अपने होम पे है, देयर इज एन एक्सपेक्टेशन कि हाँ हाउ फार कैन वी राइज, कैन वी गो इनटू द इंटरनेशनल ब्रेक लेट्स से इन द टॉप 3 और द टॉप 2. And people and the fans and the players will be expecting कि हाँ ये मैच जीतना चाहिए. And in this sort of a scenario मुझे लगता है कभी कभी न्यूकासल जैसी टीम स्पेशली के अगेंस्ट it may backfire. And they have the talent, they have the quality. And I like the setup जहाँ पे बार्न्स नहीं खिला रहे हैं लोग, and they play like a 4-4-2, जो उन्हें डिफेंसिवली थोड़ा और बेटर बनाता है. So that is why मुझे लगता है कि एक sucker punch न्यूकासल दे सकती है. And I might be totally wrong. I might be totally wrong, and Chris Wood might score a hat trick, former club, and then maybe egg on my face. Let's see.
I'll throw egg on your face if Wood scores a hat trick.
Already they will be egg on my face. I think they will. You don't need to throw anything. I'll fortify the egg on my face अपने आप भाई.
Okay,
Tottenham
we are
versus
waiting to see
Ipswich
that.
4-1. 4-1, 3-1, 3-1. United Leicester 2-1, 2-1. Manan, are you confident about United scoring 3 goals?
Confident about 2. It might be 3 again. It's not about again United.
Game
I
state.
still game state, and also I feel ki again Leicester, they need to pick up some few wins away from home again if you have to if you want to stay in the league. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि लेस्टर खुद बहुत चांसेस कंसीड करती है, दैट इज वेयर आई फील. एंड मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि हॉयलैंड अगेन, गर्नाचो, रैशफोर्ड थोड़ा सा विद द न्यू एनवायरनमेंट थोड़ा सा बेटर कर ले.
Okay.
That is
Chelsea, Arsenal. Oh, okay. I have gone for a draw, frankly, because I have no idea what's going to happen. Primarily because I don't know which Arsenal will turn up. I know what Chelsea will see, and I think we'll get a good Chelsea. But I don't know whether we'll get a good Arsenal, whether we'll get a bad Arsenal, whether we'll get an okay Arsenal. So that is why मुझे लगता है कि I'll sit on the fence, go for like a 2-2. पहले आपके साथ तो मनन, you are backing an Arsenal win. Why?
again, आई जस्ट फील कि चेल्सी ने मुझे उतना कन्विंस नहीं किया इन द बिग मैचेस. फर्स्ट इशू मेरा उनके साथ ये है. आई स्पेशली द लास्ट 2 एनफील्ड वाला अगेंस्ट लिवरपूल एंड देन यूनाइटेड. तो मुझे पर्सनल लगता है ऑल्दो चेल्सी अपने होम पे बहुत बेटर करती है,
I think
but then
Chelsea were good against Liverpool. Personally, I would disagree there. I think Anfield they were good. Last match they were bad.
They were good, but I just feel that I don't know if they have that winning mentality. I agree, it could be a 1-1, but I don't know if they have that winning mentality to get over a team like Arsenal. Is where I personally, you can play a good game, but still not win just because of that mentality. जो एक mental block बड़े matches में आता है. That is where जहाँ पे मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि Chelsea, but I agree, Chelsea at home they have been really really good, and this is a very very good अभी environment और the scenario जो अभी आर्सेनल का है to face a team like Arsenal and get a result. But I just feel यार, मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि अगेन जो हम बैक टू मीन बोलते हैं जब कोई ओवर परफॉर्मेंट है, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि आर्सेनल Arteta, I rate that Arsenal team. अगर if Odegaard is back for this match, then तो I will feel थोड़ा और confident about my prediction. But I still feel they have talented players and good manager, and I think they'll bounce back. They need to bounce back if they have to stay in the title race.
Bhatia Sahab, you don't agree? Clearly, you've gone for a Chelsea win and you are pretty confident about it.
Somehow gut feeling says Chelsea is winning this. 2 reasons. Chelsea is better than what they were last season. Arsenal is worse than what they were last season. And Arsenal have not convinced, especially defensively. और Chelsea home पे अच्छी है. Maresca has found a formula. Conference League में he plays a second team. He keeps the team fully rested. Arsenal has to go away to Inter. They will be tired. So I think all those are major factors, and I can see this being a 2-0 also. So I'm pretty confident on a Chelsea win. Gut feel I could be wrong, but you have to back your gut.
Absolutely. Okay, so it's time to go to our teams. Bhatia Sahab, any hits planned? इतने hit के बावजूद you have Eze in your team. अभी भी Eze.
I have no idea कि how you have still
एक hit लिया यार. Last week was the first hit of the season.
Oh
Wow.
So I've not taken a hit. So
You should take more hits for a green arrow.
I'm planning a hit every week now.
Very good.
But
That's my bad.
before I think what I want to do, I would like to know from both of you individually, what would you fix or how would you improve this team?
Rakshit, do you want to go first?
I would probably
1 million, 1.2 million. Can't get Bruno from Eze.
I probably would play Rodgers in place of Eze. कोई problem नहीं है. And probably remove Watkins and get in a cheap striker of your choice. You want to get Cunha, Wood, you can get in Isak, Jackson, whatever you want. I think that is the sort of move I'll make. I'll stick. I think it's, you can't go with I think Salah in strategy this week. Personally, I think you are pretty tied onto a Haaland strategy now. अगर आपको Haaland, for example, if you remove Haaland this week, I feel कि Watkins is a bigger problem. Watkins is also fine, but Haaland मुझे लगता है कि probably you can keep ahead of Watkins. That makes sense. So probably I'll use one free transfer and to Watkins to a striker because Eze will be. I think Eze will be back after the break anyways.
I don't think if Eze is back or not, that matters because again, मुझे ऐसा लगता है he is a transfer out. I don't think
Yeah.
he's
But
again
let's say,
again
but
with
he has
the
Rogers, right? He has Rogers playing, so Eze को
हाँ
हटाना
again
कोई बहुत बड़ा वो नहीं
issue
है.
this week.
मतलब
But I would agree with Rakshit. I don't think you should now shift to a Salah strategy. I personally think you are fine for this week. And again, जो आपने बोला कि यार again मतलब those who want to shift, यू आर वेलकम टू, बट मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि डोंट थिंक कि हालैंड अब कभी स्कोर ही नहीं करेगा, राइट? अगेन इफ यू सी कि पोटेंशियल किसका ज्यादा है टू स्कोर इन एवरी मैच, जो हम ब्रेस पोटेंशियल वगैरह की बात करते हैं, वो हालैंड का हमेशा ज्यादा रहेगा देन साला से. दैट वी हैव टू आई थिंक अग्री ऑन. तो अगेन आई पर्सनली लाइक व्हाट रक्षित सजेस्टेड, स्टार्ट रॉजर्स इन प्लेस ऑफ एजे, डू वॉटकिंस टू अ चीप स्ट्राइकर. आई वुडंट पर्सनली गो जैक्सन. मुझे वो एक येलो का अभी भी लगता है कि इफ ही गेट्स इन दिस देन ही मिसेस अ वेरी गुड गेम अगेंस्ट लेस्टर and he can easily get a yellow card in this game. So I'd personally move to a cheapie. That will also enable you to go from Eze to a let's say if you go Watkins down to a Visa or a Stren Larsen, which would be my pick, Stren Larsen, because then you can upgrade Eze to a Saka for game week 12, and that could be a Saka route.
And you would keep Haaland all through, both of you?
Yeah. Personally, I would.
And captain Haaland this week?
Yes, I would captain Haaland this week.
I'd
And again,
captain Mbuemo in your team.
No,
One
again,
captain.
maybe sporting वाला मैच देखने के बाद maybe it is better to see if De Bruyne is back, if he is ready to start, and then that's a whole different scenario. But I wouldn't take a hit and transfer out. I think the moves you were doing were Eze to Salah and Haaland to a cheapy striker, right?
बट मनन
That is
जैसे अभी साला जैसे है साउथहैम्पटन इसके बाद वाले
Yeah.
वीक में,
yeah.
which is an insane fixture. So I'm pretty sure Bhatia sab wants, right? So keeping that in mind, keeping this week in mind, let's say agar if he does Haaland to a striker, retains Watkins and does Eze to Salah, which I'm sure he can do. That is also a route he can take.
Yeah, I think that's a good move. But then again, the Haaland to Salah transition is something that is very, matlab, you have to decide for your team that if you want to go that route. I agree with you. There are gains in the next 3-4 games if you go Salah or Haaland. That is why you and me both chose to do that move. क्योंकि अगले वीक साउथहैम्पटन है, हालैंड का टॉटनम है, फिर लिवरपूल है, फिर फॉरेस्ट है, राइट? On paper, so these are difficult fixtures. What I don't like is you have Liverpool. If you don't take the hit key, you have Rodgers and Watkins. If you're removing Watkins, then it's fine. But I don't like two Villa attackers against Liverpool defense. If you had to play them,
Yeah, I don't intend to play two Villa attackers.
yeah,
Plan is, unless something drastic happens with Man City and they look very good, plan is Haaland out.
fair.
Salah, I like Son also. I don't mind taking a hit just to captain Son this week. Feels very short term, but could work. So, मेरा plan है Haaland out, but could be too late for that.
You
So
can do
removing
Salah.
Haaland, I think you should get Salah probably.
You should get
personally.
Salah
because
you can do
you
Salah
can
and
get
Solanke and
Solanke.
captain Solanke.
You can get Salah and Solanke if you want.
I'm not getting Solanke.
No, I agree with you. I think just plan in that way of ki you can transfer, let's say, another midfielder to a Saka or something and go towards that 3 premium midfielders route down the way in the next 3-4 games.
Yeah. Let's
I'll
see.
take a hit, man. I'll take a hit. Yeah.
This is your team,
Yeah.
Manan. क्या कर
So
रहे हो?
I've already benched Rico Lewis for Murillo. I think that's not changing anytime soon. I don't know if even Rico Lewis will play or not, but that is different.
खेलना चाहिए यार. The Walker was a shocker. He had a
Yeah.
shocking match against Semenyo ने फाड़ दिया था उसे भाई. फाड़ दिया
Yeah.
था.
So, but again, I like my team overall. The issue is Foden. I don't want him anymore. He has disappointed. बहुत ज़्यादा disappointed. And it doesn't even look like he's gonna haul or he's gonna perform well. एक होता है ना, एक Foden, he was
Foden
the
का
best.
time आएगा. It doesn't feel like the time though.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. And with the fixtures changing, जो हम Haaland के लिए बात करें, that applies for Foden as well. The plan always was to hold Foden for this match and then move to Saka. I have enough funds. But I am feeling some Bruno. I just feel कि because साका का 12 में नॉटिंघम फॉरेस्ट है वो आई रेट, तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि देयर इज नो रश टू गेट साका स्पेशली उस गेम के लिए. And if I can get Bruno Fernandes for 2 weeks, or even Hoyland, and maybe bench a Rogers or a Foden, तो जहाँ पे I would like भाटिया साहब का help कि would you do the
Who will you
Foden
get?
to
Who will you sell for Hoyland?
Hoyland? I have enough in the bench to bank to do Chivomi to Hoyland. I've just sold Haaland, man.
I think you can use that funds better. I would rather get Bruno for Foden.
Which move do you like better? Bruno to Foden, Foden to Bruno this week, or let's say Foden to Saka next week? Hold Foden for this match.
Yeah, अभी आपकी team काफी stable है. You can take some punts. I think Bruno is a very decent punt for the next 3.
Yeah.
Saka has Forest next week. I don't see a very high ceiling.
Yeah, fair.
If
So
you get, if let's say you get Foden की जगह Bruno, then you have like a bunch of penalty takers, man, like Palmer,
Yeah,
Salah,
and
Mbuemo, Bruno,
Raul
Wood, and
Wood.
according to you, Rahul Jimenez also.
Yeah. Which I personally like कि again जो मैंने talisman वाली चीज बोली थी, that is where I'm building mine again. So I like the Foden. I have taken 4 hits in the last 5 game weeks. That is like that has been very good. So good decisions.
It's paid off.
Yeah. Every decision has paid off. I might इस week में hit तो नहीं लूंगा, but I also like the Ait Nouri option. I just feel he can score. He was so attacking. हमने बात नहीं करी उसके बारे में in the whole pod. But if someone is trying to get a defender, I think Ait Nouri against Southampton could haul. So again, he's on 4 yellows, but I like him if someone wants to do a defensive transfer.
And Captain Salah?
Captain Salah.
What if you get Bruno? Still Captain Salah?
Yeah, I'll captain Salah. It's just, and I just don't trust Wood enough Abhi to captain him, or I would be tempted. Yeah.
2-0 Forest win and you're not captaining Wood. Shows your confidence.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my team. I do have Ait Nouri. I have Trent, Guardiola, Palmer, Salah, Bruno, Mbuemo, Visa, Jackson, Cunha. It's a clear role for me this week. I don't think there is any need. कोई regrets हैं अगर मेरे वाइल्ड कार्ड में? Not really. I think probably मैं 2 week punt ले सकता था जैक्सन की जगह. Getting in a Wood, getting in someone else. Solanke तो मैंने consider ही नहीं किया था, so I can't lie and say कि Solanke. But I still feel Jackson home match में I have hopes कि he'll do well even against Arsenal. So Chelsea overall did not do that well. तो वही है मेरा वही लॉजिक है कि अगर पाल्मर अच्छा करेगा I can see Jackson doing well. Like ऐसा ऑलमोस्ट नहीं होता है कि पाल्मर सही कर रहा है और जैक्सन नहीं कर रहा है. So I think they work in pairs. That's why I got them. Same is the logic with Mbuemo and Visa also. अभी तक वर्क नहीं कर रहा है, but maybe in the next couple of weeks it may work. Genuinely tempted by Mbuemo captain, if I'm being honest, more than Bruno. But I think I'll go safe with Salah. Yeah, I think I'll go safe with Salah.
Yeah, it's all about if you want to take
Salah on or not. Really good. He's really good, man. Even कल भी मैं देख रहा था मैच Mbuemo. मतलब जब जो भी मतलब काउंटर अटैकिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज थी वो the ball was going to Mbuemo and the ball was sticking to him, yaar. And he was holding the ball, playing the right pass every time. His technique is phenomenal. Matlab, what a player, yaar, Mbuemo. What a player. I agree with you, yaar. I think full season Mbuemo should be in
Any temptation for Cunha captain, Rakshit? He has the best fixture in your.
That's actually a good question. That's actually a good question. I think he has the best fixture.
I would have captain Cunha over Mbuemo personally. I just don't like.
I think he's a very good option. I agree. Also, he's a very safe option. Also, देखा जाए तो it's not a very risky option considering 90 minutes penalties etc. करता है.
The only problem I have is if Sarabia start. We have seen Sarabia in the previous seasons taking the penalty over Cunha. That is the only issue. So
also how much do I trust the team जिसने पूरे सीजन एक भी मैच नहीं जीता है? That's a bit of a concern.
Yeah. I like Chris Wood over Cunha and Mbuemo. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Cunha will do okay, but once again हमने बात करी थी कि क्या ceiling है.
Yeah,
I think he has a okay base, but not a very high ceiling. Anyways, that is up. This was fun. International break आ रहा है, तो we'll be back at some time next week. अगर आपको पसंद आए, मेक श्योर यू डू हिट द लाइक बटन, सब्सक्राइब करें फैंटेसी स्काउट 11 को, फॉलो मी भाटिया साहब एंड वनन ऑन ट्विटर एज वेल. सारे लिंक्स आपको मिल जाएंगे वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में. हमारी मिनी लीग का कोड है आपके सामने, FPL गपशप, यू कैन जॉइन दैट एज वेल. उसका भी आपको कोड मिनी लीग एवरीथिंग वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा. एंड लेट अस नो अगर आपको कोई डायलेमा हो इन द comments below. Also, if you want to tag us on Twitter, we'll be happy to answer some of your questions there as well. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Thank you Bhatia sahab, thank you Manan, and we'll see you next week. Cheers guys, bye.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
So